Hello and welcome back to Plants vs. Zombies. We're still at night and we're still swimming in the dark, apparently. But yeah, we just finished through the first three stages, and now we're going through. Now we're going through the second third of the fog levels, which are still the worst. Are still the worst levels in the game, I would have to say. Especially considering the fact that there's balloon zombies. Thankfully, we haven't. Yes. Thankfully, we do have an item that counteracts both the fog and the balloon zombies, the Blover. It's a one-time use item that costs 100 sun, and it does exactly what it says. It gets rid of the fog, temporarily though, but it also gets rid of the balloon zombies permanently.
What, by blowing them away?
Yep.
Go.
So if you're...
I forgot about that.
Yep, it's a two for one special. One thing that I would do is if there's no balloon zombies like being shown in the level itself, I just bring up planterns. Because with planterns, they kind of like as long as the planterns are planted on the lawn, like wherever the fog is, then the fog is not there. However, with the Blovers, eventually the fog does come back after a while, so... But it's a good thing it's 100 sun, because, like, you know, 100 sun, especially when you have, like, a bunch of sunflowers and/or sun shrooms you planted in your lawn, you're gonna get a bunch of sun, you're just gonna get a bunch of sun within, like, at least 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nifty, I'd say.
So I've been waiting on asking this a couple of times, but I couldn't help but notice this video is recorded in 1080p, but the game doesn't really look 1080p. Does the mobile version, did they upgrade the graphics on that?
I can't really tell you, but I can't really tell you that because I've never played this game on mobile.
Alright.
But if I had to guess, I'd say maybe. But I don't know because I've never played the mobile version of this game.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to check it out for you, but unfortunately, I have a severe allergy against mobile games. Well, the ones that are free anyway, because they're never free, and free games on mobile are kind of, I wouldn't say they're predatory, but they kind of are. Like, I just want to be able to pay one time for a game.
Freedom
and that be
isn't free, brother. Yeah. So you might notice that I don't have any like aqua puff shrooms, or the water variant of the puff shrooms. That's on purpose. I was kind of sick of the whole like slow recharge on that, so I just resorted to regular puff shrooms with lily pads on them.
Yeah, makes sense.
Again, slow recharge it just really adds up to the tension that is just not necessary. So essentially just work smarter, not harder, is what I'd say. Well, as of like today is April 16th, 2025, and the Minecraft movie just released like I think a couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
We literally talked about Chicken Jockey in a previous episode.
Yeah, never mind. Alright, never mind. No. We're gonna keep talking Chicken Jockey because it's fun. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course.
I mean, to be fair, it would be a way to rack up the viewers. It's just not the kind of viewer that we want to attract, right?
I mean, it's... The situation has gotten so crazy that even Jack Black had to, like, pop out and explain not to go overboard during Chicken Jockey scene.
Yeah.
You know it's crazy when an actor has to show up to movie theaters to tell you not to do it.
Yeah. You know, I saw one of the advertisements, or not advertisements, but one of the like videos they showed pre movie, where basically they addressed like all the Minecraft fanatics, and one of the things they said that I actually found pretty funny is that, and remember, popcorn buckets are not ender pearls.
Not ender pearls. Yeah, I know. That's so good, actually.
I mean, it's the kind of thing that I shouldn't laugh at. You know, like people fucking up movie theaters is not. It's not funny. I mean,
it's a
to some people it's funny.
Look, it's a very serious thing that should be addressed, but how they go about addressing it is funny.
Yeah,
and it's very in tune with Minecraft as a whole.
Yeah. You know, I've already been asking this out loud a couple of times, and I'm not going to stop doing that. But why the fuck is it that to this day, Minecraft, whether it be Java Edition or Bedrock Edition, still isn't available on Steam?
I think it's because Microsoft is being a little. Actually, it's not even Minecraft. It just goes back to when Minecraft first released, that it never even came out on Steam.
Well, yeah, but look, I get.
It probably just.
I get it. I get it. All right, Microsoft has the right to defend their properties. As a matter of fact, they kind of should, because the Xbox. Why the fuck would you own an Xbox, right?
Well, in this day and age, no.
But Microsoft went out of their way to put Minecraft Dungeons on Steam, Minecraft Legends on Steam. There is a bundle for Minecraft games that does not include fucking Minecraft. I mean, it's pretty much available on every platform out there. So why not just add Steam to that platform, and who knows, maybe you could make at the very least $20, because I'd buy it on Steam.
I guess maybe
for the exact same reason that so many companies keep doing over Fortnite collabs, even though a lot of their other extra skins suck.
I guess in this case it does. They don't really need Steam, though. That makes no sense because Steam is one of the biggest platforms.
I mean, is it not the biggest platform?
I can understand not putting Java Edition on Minecraft because it's Java Edition. Don't really need to do that. But Bedrock Edition, I don't know why they didn't.
Yeah, especially since the whole point of Bedrock Edition nowadays is that it has all the cross-platform in it.
I guess money, but even that's not a really good excuse because they're getting a shitload of money from other platforms.
Yeah.
Oh look, a taco. Just a taco. I didn't. What are you gonna do with a taco? I guess eat it.
I'm gonna throw it at people in the movie theater when Jack Black says chicken jockey.
Okay, I don't think I don't think movie theaters serve tacos.
They serve nachos.
Depends.
Yeah, but tacos though. And because we got a taco, there's new items in the shop, and by new items I mean 2 new items.
Yes, that makes sense. And what's the point of this level? Are you gonna go all Link on them?
No, I mean yes, but no. You'll see what I mean. In this game called Vase Breaker, you're breaking vases to get either plants or zombies, like that. Basically, obviously,
it's gambling.
It's not necessarily gambling because you're not betting real money or even fake money, really. You're just playing it for fun, really.
I don't know. That didn't stop the. Well, I don't know how it would translate over to English, but that's not going to stop the Kansspelautoriteit, the Belgian and Dutch association to reduce gambling in video games, to a point that they
Again,
go even after the least harmful kind of stuff. Like, fun fact, I think I've already mentioned a game called Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown a couple of times. Fun fact, that game blows. Did you know that where I'm from, that game is rated 18, PEGI 18, because they announced that in an update, it's going to include a casino where you can gamble in-game currency and only in-game currency. That casino is not even in the game. And considering how much the game bombed, we don't even know if it's ever gonna be patched in. Like, I'm really expecting Nacon to just sunset the game at this point, because nobody cares about it anymore.
Yeah. Also, I love how there's a rake right there, but no zombies spawned in any of those vases in the previous round of that.
Oh, okay, that's kind of funny. So if they step into the rake, they do a Sideshow Bob.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't buy the rake. I don't really buy the rake all that much, even though it is very useful, especially in stages where you're kind of stuck.
You outright wasted that Hypno Shroom.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You could've. It makes them attack the other zombies. And you had his dance zombie right up there.
See?
So is that supposed to be Michael Jackson or Elton John?
Yes.
I mean, I would say Michael Jackson because of the Thriller reference, but that outfit just screams Elton John.
I don't know. I'd say it's less like Michael Jackson or Elton John and more Bee Gees. I don't know.
But they're dead.
Exactly. So they came
alive.
back from yes, because they came back to life now. At least one of them did.
But they're not staying alive. Like, isn't that the point of it? Staying alive?
No. Shut up. Anyway,
That's the only BG song that I know.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. Unless you watch Saturday Night Fever, which I wouldn't. I mean, you can if you want, but like, I don't know. It's all right. It's okay of a movie, I guess.
Yeah,
anyway,
who knows? Maybe one day I'll just go looking through what they actually have, because that's kind of something that I did with a lot of artists, and it made me come across some of my more favorite tracks that otherwise I never would have heard of. I mean, I've already talked about this in the Doom commentary, but I still think it's absolutely criminal that not a lot of people know Circus from Britney Spears.
Yeah, that's kind of an underrated song, honestly. And I will
Definitely.
admit I haven't listened to it yet, but I think after this recording I definitely will.
How can
Since you
you
brought it
claim
up.
How can you claim it's underrated when you haven't listened to it?
Because I agree with you.
How can you agree with something that you haven't listened to?
I'm only proving your point by saying that. So isn't that a good thing? Be validated in something? Anyway. You might have noticed I didn't bring any sort of mushroom. I fucked up. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I guess you didn't really have much room in your inventory.
Well, there was room.
Especially considering how it took you 3 times to actually put a mushroom in that last quadrant.
Because I was like, oh shit, I didn't bring anything, and it got me really nervous.
Did you
I
guys
mostly
really
just
ignore my fucking hilarious pun?
What
Like you didn't have much room in your inventory?
Oh, I already made that joke in the previous episodes.
And now I'm making a joke.
Hell, I
Laugh.
even made it. Hell, I even. Ha 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 ha. I even made that joke as an actual title of an episode.
Right.
So, anyway, I mostly just wanted to show off the new plant that I got, the split pea. It's a pea shooter and a repeater combined into one, but the pea shooter faces forward and the repeater part fires backwards. Now you might be thinking, why the fuck would a plant fire like backwards? Good question, I'll tell you. That's a good question, and I'll tell you. There's a new enemy called the Digger Zombies. They go right underneath every single bit of your plants, and then they emerge from the opposite side of the lawn, and then work its way backwards. The only way to do that, and the only way to offensively get rid of them, is with either the split peas, or with another item that will come. I think after this episode. After this level. And hey, look, puzzle mode is unlocked. Spoiler alert: puzzle mode is just face breaker. Hey, it works. Certainly like face breaker. So you hear that? That's the Digger Zombie.
So what? All your vase belong to us?
Yeah, no. They actually belong to Crazy Dave, who are just like wanting to get rid of them anyways.
Right.
I don't fucking know. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, and to be fair, as of on my end, it's 2 a.m. So yes, I'm fucking tired.
The good thing about Digger Zombies, they're like stupid weak or super weak. Like the same amount of weakness as like a regular zombie, which is funny considering that their purpose is to literally just like dig underneath everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I honestly think they should have made it a little bit stronger, but I guess again we've established that this was mostly made for kids, and kids would probably have like a really hard time figuring that shit out. Yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of fucked up here. Yeah.
One eternity later.
Well, you were almost at the end of the level too.
Well, I was, but I didn't want to waste any. Pool filters or lawnmowers.
Right.
I keep forgetting to mention that I would do everything in my power to like try and keep them like there to get the most amount of coins.
So there is one thing I'm actually quite curious about. So why couldn't they like fill the swimming pool with acid?
Because we want to swim later, apparently, I guess.
Or alternatively, why don't we just, superheat the
how
pool?
are you going to deal with that Digger Zombie?
Like that.
Yeah, shooting pellets at its ass.
Yep. You literally shoot frickin' peas out up its poop chute. And apparently get rid of its hat and its arm in the process. I mean, makes sense.
That's a powerful suppository.
Indeed. Anyway, this is actually a really underrated plant that not a lot of people use, which I really like this plant, but not a lot of people use it because they think it's kind of inefficient. And I can see where they're coming from, but it has some uses. Like it can fire in 5 directions, including up and down and backwards. But
yeah, and as an added bonus, it you can get a lot of money for it in Stardew Valley.
Indeed. However, when it fires forwards, it only shoots at an angle, so when you're placing it down, at least place it down like a few rows down, so that you can, you know, kill them. We kill a zombie quicker.
Yeah.
They work well if there's a bunch of starfruit, which that's what they're called, starfruit. And as you could see, I'm trying to, as you could see, I'm really struggling to find out what the fuck to even select.
As we can see, you haven't discovered how to fast forward on your editing.
No, I've discovered how to fast forward. These don't take, the selections don't really take that long anyways. So, and I wanted to see like people, and I wanted to see the process of how my brain works when it comes to selecting it. And sometimes it can be like instant, and other times it can be like not as instant, but not necessarily like slow per se.
It does explain why this video is 30 minutes long.
No, it's the video is long because the video is like 30 minutes long because the stages take a while to beat.
All right.
But not by much, seeing because there's like the game is generous enough to give you a bunch of zombies to make it, well, quicker and a lot more fun. Instead of just waiting for waiting, you're still waiting for zombies to show up, but it isn't really that long. It only takes like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And and yeah, fair enough. Those 10 seconds do add up over time. But again, it's really not a big deal especially if you're patient.
Yeah, I know. I'm just pulling your leg here.
Still really like the fact that you could still see a zombie on the top row of the fog, so it just means that even if there is fog, the zombies are still there. Oh. Just because you can't see
like...
it plays the whole like peekaboo mentality. Like if you can't see it, it's not there.
Yeah, I also like how they walk through your UI and that the UI doesn't cover it.
And yeah, I love that as well. It's like you could still access your plant slots even if it is like covered by zombies. Thank fuck for that. Because could you imagine just trying to select a plant and then zombies are like in your way and you can't select it? That would be fucking annoying.
Yes. And it happens it happens quite frequently that I play a game that requires like lots of mouse movement, and there's this one thing that makes me need to be like really precise to select it. I'm trying to think. I guess the one game that I experience that the most with is probably The Sims 3.
Okay, kind of makes sense, I guess.
But to be fair, The Sims 3 has some other problems in its design. For example, if you use cheats a lot, which in The Sims 3 is kind of warranted, because you know that game is being held together by rubber bands and paper clips. You can teleport your sim to any floor, but if there's a carpet, it counts as an object. So you don't get the floor options, you get the object options, and the only option there is for a carpet is to delete the object.
I like how you just mentioned.
And I think that because of that, there are some objects in the there are some skills you can have in the game. Like if you have the martial arts skill and you meditate in the game, if you do it for, I want to say 4 in-game hours, you can teleport to places. But funnily enough, you cannot teleport on carpet. So I'm pretty sure that's just because of the way it's coded, and that particular ability is, to the game's logic, basically the same as teleporting by using cheats.
I like how the fact that you mentioned that it was held up by rubber bands and paper clips, because that's exactly what that's exactly what Stu and his crew did in Rugrats in Paris to stop the Reptar head from coming off of its animatronic body.
Who in Paris?
Oh yeah, I remember that. What was that?
What's
Who
that?
in Paris?
Rugrats in Paris.
Rugrats in Paris.
Right. I'm sorry. Whenever somebody
second movie.
whenever somebody says anything in Paris, my mind immediately jumps to the Yee song.
Oh my god. Okay.
Look, my brain works in weird ways. All right.
It certainly does. We love you for it. And yes, that is gay. Shut up.
You know, I do think it's pretty funny that whenever I ask my GOOGLE assistant to play In Paris by Kanye West, also known as Yee, it does do a censored bleep when it says the first word of that song.
Oh, I love pointless censors that really don't make things better.
Nate, it's not pointless. It's N-words in Paris.
I know, but like a lot of time.
I'd say it's pretty warranted to bleep out the N-word.
Yeah, I know, but like in a lot of other cases, it isn't. But that is a good case of censorship.
Yeah. There are also ways to trick your assistant in saying stuff like fuck, but that requires you to like set up some rituals or some, I don't even know what to call them. But it requires you to set
You have to
something
jump
up.
through a lot of loopholes in order to do it.
Yeah.
You can literally just like bypass like the Google AI overview by literally putting a swear word in the search bar, and it just comes out normally.
Yep. Yep.
Just funny as shit, which is funny as shit.
I do really like it when you can take advantage of some, I wouldn't say dodgy programming, but some loopholes. My favorite one still have to be the ChatGPT examples where ChatGPT will, it will block certain things, certain instructions. Like if you ask ChatGPT how to build a bomb, it's not going to tell you how to do it. But I've seen plenty of like videos where it's like, how do I accidentally build a bomb? And then it's ChatGPT just giving full instructions. It should be mentioned it's not real, but it's based on something that is real, which is, technically correct. The best kind of correct.
How to accidentally build a bomb, and it still gives you the results to do it. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I'm shaking
But
my
it's
head.
that's fucked up. But it's also funny.
But my favorite one of these memes will still have to be where the caption says, me asking ChatGPT how to dissolve 75 kilogram of chicken in acid, and underneath it's the it's a scene from Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, where
Oh boy.
Professor Slughorn asks the young Tom Riddle in the flashback, "This is all purely hypothetical, is it?" And then Riddle responds with, "Of course." That's probably my favorite one.
Spoilers for Half-Blood Prince, by the way.
Isn't
But anyway,
didn't that movie come out in 2008?
2009, but yes. Late 2000s.
Yeah, it's way too late. It's more than enough time.
People could still be butthurt about spoilers, even with films that came out like even 50 years ago, or 75 years ago. People are still, people still don't want to be spoiled in anything really.
I mean, to this day, I'm still surprised how it is that I've never got spoiled on Saving Private Ryan, because that's a pretty old movie. And I guess I also haven't seen Pulp Fiction yet, so don't spoil me on that.
I will say Pulp Fiction is really good.
Oh, I know. That's why I purchased a 4K Blu-ray.
Say what
That's
again,
why,
motherfucker?
That's why I purchased a 4K Blu-ray of it. I just haven't watched it because I genuinely don't know if I want to watch it in the best possible way, and the best possible way is not on a Series X. It's not on a PS5. It's on a dedicated Blu-ray player because neither Sony nor Microsoft wanted to pay the license fee for Dolby Vision.
Yeah. Also, I like how the fact that you mentioned like ChatGPT earlier. I was like, in my mind I had a joke called like ChatGPT, more like ShatGPT or some shit like that, and I missed the mark on doing that, so I'm saying it now. So laugh.
You know, it's also quite funny that I mentioned Harry Potter because I'm looking at a thumbnail right now of Saturday Night Live where it's a interview with Daniel Radcliffe.
Okay.
I mean, at least everyone still loves the actors.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tasty burger.